All right, welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. We're learning new developments right now about that Operation Epic Fury as another U.S. service member, a 7th U.S. service member, tragically losing their life, paying the ultimate sacrifice during this ongoing conflict in the Middle East. I want to put this up here from U.S. Central Command saying last night a U.S. service member passed away from injuries received during the Iranian regime's initial attacks across the Middle East. The service member was seriously wounded at the scene of an attack on U.S. troops in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia back on March the 1st at the outset of Operation Epic Fury. They say this is the 7th service member killed in action during the Operation Epic Fury. Major combat operations continue. The identity of the fallen warrior will be withheld until 24 hours after next of kin notification. So some developing stories out of there. We heard from the president saying some of those death tolls will unfortunately continue to rise. And earlier this weekend, we did see President Trump at the Dignified transfer of 6 other U.S. service members that lost their lives during an attack in Kuwait. This was earlier this weekend here on Live Now from Fox of what was going on as those 6 U.S. service members, U.S. Army Reserve soldiers who were killed this week in Kuwait watched as their loved ones were brought home on Sunday during that Dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware on Saturday. President Trump was joined by First Lady Melania Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other top military officials observing this solemn event on an overcast afternoon. President Trump aboard Air Force One later on said, quote, "It's a very sad day," but he continued on saying, quote, "We're so proud of this. These such deaths are always a very sad day." All 6 soldiers were assigned to the 103rd Sustainment Command, an Army Reserve unit out of Iowa. So we are now learning new information. A 7th U.S. service member tragically losing their life during this conflict in the Middle East.